So hi guys, I'm back. Finally, I'm back.
Finally.
Actually, I have lots of pending posts to podcast to upload anyway. So I'm back. Vernon Joseph go of Podcast on the Go, and I have two guests today. We're here at the coffee shop because we're poor.
This says you're poor.
So we have here Hannah. We had her as a guest, I think, in episode.
You said fourth because according to that.
I can't remember.
No, because he was elaborating his episodes on my podcast.
Yeah, I can't remember. Even though I only uploaded 6 episodes, so she was there previously, and then we have here Julian. So he had me as a guest in his podcast.
Yep, the creator life.
So yes, plug. Creator life. So I will let them introduce themselves first, no, for their personal branding stuff. Yeah, because if they want to brand themselves a certain way, at least they said it. I did not say anything. Diba? Because it's possible when I research, oh no, it's outdated.
Oh no, it's wrong.
It's wrong. So it's better if you let the guests introduce themselves. But I already introduced them. So from there, you can just talk about yourself. Why are you a creator? And let's start with Hannah. Since she already introduced before, but we're here for a different topic anyway.
Yeah.
So.
Hi guys, thanks for tuning in to Iggy's podcast. So I'm Hannah, and I'm also Miss Bean on the internet. I'm a travel blogger. My blog is beanintransit.com, and I'm also planning to launch a podcast soon. It's called BeansTalk. So
Yeah, I like the name.
Yeah, I don't know when I'm going to launch it, but I hope you guys will listen to my podcast soon.
So, hello everyone. I'm Julian. On the net, I'm the Utterly Random Techie. So, my blog is utterlyrandomtechie.com. My socials are that, except Twitter, I keep mentioning at the end of my podcast that it's so long, so I cannot use it on Twitter. So, I'm first and foremost a tech blogger. I talk about tech, mainly the consumer tech, so like phones, watches, laptops, and whatnot. I recently launched a podcast called The Creator Life. It's about getting into the minds of different content creators. I wanted to know what they do, what makes them tick, and what they think about relevant content creator topics. I already had Iggy on. Thank you, Iggy, very much. And I might have Hannah on soon. I don't know when, but yeah. So basically, that's what I do. I also have a semi-active coffee blog. It's called Coffee Sugbu, but I'm already in the works of being active there again in the near future.
Let me just adjust this. Much easier to hold it like this.
Why do you have a stand for like 3 people here?
Yeah. So.
Is there a microphone like 3 ko?
No, but there's like a mic where you can just put it stand and
just
it will
stand
detect
and
the sound
okay.
around. Yeah.
That's expensive. How much is
I
that?
think that's very
Unless you get a blue Yeti microphone.
Yep. So Julian had a lot of plugs. Why do you not have a lot of plugs, Hannah?
I'm okay with the bean interest.
She's fine.
So we've gathered here, as you've already listened or heard. These guys have created a podcast. So that's our first topic for today.
Oh, I haven't yet. Soon.
But you already announced it.
It's already out there.
I'm ma-pressure na to.
Yeah, so we're just gonna share stuff about podcasting because I think this coming October, I think
September
September 30,
I think it's
September 30 outside the Philippines, but
Yeah.
we're in the future, so it's
October
it's
1.
October 1 here.
Yeah.
What's it again? Oh,
International Podcast
or World
Day.
Podcasting
International
Podcast Day.
Okay.
So
Where it's basically 16 hours of recording. Yeah. I'm not the one who's been told this. It's
Yeah.
Isa who told me.
spoiler for you.
Again.
So many spoilers.
So basically, it's 16 hours of recording a podcast from different parts of the world, different people, and that includes my guest on this week's The Creator Life, Isa. I keep plugging, but that's how I'm gonna do this first because only 3 episodes. So yeah, Isa is last minute addition to the International Podcast Day roster for this year. So she's the only one representing the Philippines.
Wow.
Yeah, so planning on listening to that soon, and when it comes on September 30th.
Did you ask her? Maybe I skipped over that part, but did you ask her about how she got that, or
Yeah, I did ask her how she got that.
maybe let's just listen to the podcast.
Listen to the podcast because it's all
Podcast.
there. She was
Yeah,
talking
because
about
I
it.
think it's interesting that she's representing the Philippines, and then apparently there's also podcasters in Manila.
There are.
There are
Yeah, and then there's like one here. I think it's called 032.
locally.
Yeah.
Shout outs to these podcasters. So here in Cebu is 032
Conversations.
Conversations, and we have the big picture Philippines. So it's more business related.
Yeah,
And then we have yours at the Creator Live.
yeah.
Soon, Bean
So the
Talks.
BeansTalk.
Yeah.
BeansTalk.
It's very, very nice.
And
It
then
sounds nice already.
And mine is just
Podcast
on the go.
But I like your podcast name.
No, it has a very lazy history because
Yeah, as he mentioned.
Yeah.
As he mentioned.
So I have a business column in the Freeman called Investing on the Go.
So
It's
he
like
just,
You just copy.
he just basically
remove the investing and
It's technically not copying if you're
Copied, but
copying
yeah.
it from yourself.
replaced it with podcast, so it's
Makes
on the go.
sense.
And I tried to dig through the whole podcast in different parts, and it's usually like the audio experience
Yeah.
or
Your religion.
no, actually there are others who follow it, and then
Actually,
Or you're
almost
just-
becoming my religion for some
Yeah,
reason.
I've
you know?
noticed. Your
Or you-
Twitter.
or you add a show. So if your personal branding, and then you're trying to be making yourself into a brand, you can just use your name,
Yeah.
then add a show in the last, and then that can be your, like the Joe Rogan experience, or
Did you read the article where Elon Musk actually?
no, I think that's the most recent episode.
Yeah, the most recent one.
Streamed 21 hours ago, or almost 24 hours ago.
Yeah.
And they were smoking weed.
Because of that, Tesla stock went down.
This is so weird.
So weird. Don't worry, Tesla's fine. Anyway,
So
Anyway, I have a question.
Okay, go.
Why did you guys start the podcast?
my religion. No, actually,
Before, have you been listening to a lot of podcasts?
not really. I'm more of a radio listener until I stopped listening to radio because it's just repeating. How about you?
so it's funny. For me, yes, I've been listening to a lot of podcasts. Like way before, even before I knew that I wanted to do a podcast or I wanted to be a tech blogger. I've been listening to podcasts. So I'll just since we have video. So sorry,
I keep
listeners.
forgetting that we have a video.
So I have an app here. I have lots of podcasts in here, which is it like just recently it got ballooned to a lot. Before it was like only a few because I like either the people in it or I like their views on it. Like it's different topics. Then there's about wrestling, there's about tech, there's about what else? Movies, and it's become a point where like at least everything.
Because you can go very niche.
Yeah, you can go very niche and then like talk about like people in Cebu, like 032 Conversations is doing.
Yeah, they have guests mostly Cebu based.
Yeah.
Or at least they started in Cebu.
Yeah, it's like for Cebu, it's like if I wanted to start listening to podcasts in Cebu, it's like I have to look for that episode with Isa. with Isa Perez from Isa Please, which fortunately she has on 032 Conversations. I listened to it this week, even though the episode like came out months ago, and I was laughing my ass off.
I haven't heard.
Yeah, it's long.
Stop
Like
giving
one-
us spoilers.
I didn't spoil anything.
Yeah, I know the 032 Conversations podcasts are in long form, right? Like I
Super
saw
long form.
2 hours.
2 hours.
Yeah, but I
Because
haven't
it
listened.
depends on the topic, or if the conversation is really good,
Yeah, yeah.
and you don't notice it.
And it depends on the person actually, cause
If the person is talkative,
yeah,
yeah. But for me, I think it actually depends on how long I want it. But at least for me, my longest is 1 hour and 1 minute and 1 second.
is that the one with
The first episode
yeah?
with Cabino.
Gabino.
But
Yeah, that was
yeah, that I think
so long.
that 1 hour is my current limit for myself, because it's a pain
to edit.
to edit and also upload,
For
because I upload in video and audio.
yeah, for me like I debated whether I would do video too, but I realized that since I'm starting out,
Yeah, yeah.
and I realized early on that I only wanted to do audio because with audio I could seemingly have control more of my time, like especially you could have the illusion of having every episode per week, but then you've been recording for like 1 week only.
So to answer Hannah's question, back to the question, I started because I like
What was the
trying
motivation?
things.
Okay.
No.
Right.
Because it's easy, like when you hear somebody else tell you should start a podcast, but it's a different thing when you try
really
it, when you
want to,
actually execute it, because it's like when people give you advice or life advice or love advice, but you can always tell them lots of perspective, but it depends on the person on whether they will internalize or they will make a decision based on your suggestion.
Because sometimes what's best is like what you really want to do,
Yep.
and not exactly like what others tell you. Like what like what your religion keeps saying.
Who is this religion?
So for the record, we're just talking about Gary Vaynerchuk, this awesome dude.
Yeah, so let's stop mentioning him.
No, we keep mentioning him.
Yeah, we keep mentioning him.
Like even like multiple podcasts already. So like yeah.
Yeah, for me, I think it's also a interesting medium. It's similar to blogging, wherein you're not seen,
Yeah, yeah.
but it's your voice.
Yeah. So you're heard.
So at first I was hesitant for it because I used to work in BPO call center, and I don't have the best voice, the most. I have the most.
I have the most annoying
No,
voice.
your voice is annoying. Mine is. No, I just repeated what she said. I just repeated it, but mine is monotone. So it's not. It's a consensus. It's a quality, a QC quality
my gosh.
notes. It's a quality note. So I.
Reminder, we
Why
are
are you
in video.
destroying yourself?
No.
That's the point.
That's
If
that's
you
the-
know, you know,
that's
you know
the
what your limits are.
yeah that's the limit I can. But I think like I was afraid to listen to myself when I listened to your podcast because
No, like,
Gonna
like
listen
when
to
you were
myself.
on my podcast, it's like
it's not monotone. It's
no, it's actually nice. It
Yeah.
like at first monotone, but like if you eventually keep on talking,
yeah
Because
yeah.
he liked the topic.
Yeah, I think it
And you
depends.
also-
It depends
It's about
on
what he does.
the
Yeah.
topic.
very easy for him.
And I
to-
think the BPO work is very reactive and transactional. Or like
yeah.
you have to follow a script. So of course,
Oh my God.
Then like if this happens, you do this.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then-
Yeah.
so of course I can't. Like why should I
Can't
be
deviate.
excited about that? No, why should I modify? And it's actually tiring to modify your voice or the way you speak, unless if you're interested
God.
or excited about your topic.
Mm-mm.
So back to you, Hannah. Why did you decide to start? You have not started yet. It's
But
still in
coming soon.
on the works.
But it's already in your mind.
Yeah. I listen to a lot of podcasts, like all the time, especially when I'm traveling, like riding a bus, like a 12-hour bus ride. And I hate listening to music nga balik-balik. So, what I like about podcast is I get to learn a lot, and it's like I'm with them. You get what I mean. So I listen to a lot of podcasts, and then I realized while I was traveling around Mindanao, I think I finished like probably 20 hours of podcast. So decided, why not do something like this, because the podcast community in Cebu is like small, right? Murag-
Yeah. It took me
Yeah,
a
so
while.
I realized, you know what, I'm gonna try this because I'm also not comfortable speaking in front of a camera, and it's like
Very
I'm
intimidating.
not very intimidating, and so I decided to
No.
to
It
have
really depends.
and podcast is like a platform where I can talk about something else, because I don't want to talk about something that I usually talk on write on my blog. So I wanted to open launch a podcast where I can talk about the things that I can't write. So yeah, and
Give us
Anything
a
but travel,
preview.
apparently.
Anything but travel.
yeah, it's also about travel, but not really the usual stories that I write. So that's
Unusual.
unusual.
The,
but also,
like
I also
the,
want to talk about
hidden gems or
like
the
probably freelance and I don't know. I actually don't have any idea yet.
really jealous of her freelance status.
It took me a while to actually get to that
I mean, yeah, it really takes hard work because discipline in itself to
Yeah,
do
discipline.
freelance.
And that's and also one of the reasons I wanted to do this podcast, because a lot of people keep asking me about my lifestyle and kapoy na og tubag. So I want to like record a podcast about this specific topic, and if they keep on asking, I'll just give them this podcast.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's it. That's
Yeah.
actually my main motivation.
How to be a freelancer. So
Are there any freelancer podcasts? I think it's usually video. I've seen,
yeah, but
or
like,
it's usually paid
mm,
video, or like a class in Udemy or something,
yeah. Like
or
you can't-
Skillshare.
Like there are the things that you can't really dig. Like look what Rhea is doing now.
Yeah.
Now she's launching an ebook.
Yeah.
That's gonna call. Yeah, shout out to Rhea of Call Center Ninja. So we're already giving plugs apparently.
but she's your first guest in
Yeah.
the first episode of your podcast.
Yeah.
I like that Super Moms.
So, yeah,
Oh,
cause
episode.
like it was timing because my original plan was to split the both of them, like separate episodes. But
Yeah, I could
Did-
split you guys.
but but
Depends
I
on the
just-
schedule. Depends on the
No,
availability.
it was a timing issue that
Serendipity.
they were maybe I don't know. No, because they were doing a collab shoot like I mentioned.
So you were already there.
We were already there,
Okay.
and then like if I do it split, it would take more time because
Yeah.
we were done. They were done like around 5 p.m.
Okay.
So why not do it both at the same time? And it was new, so it was short, but it was good for what it was.
Oh yeah, I noticed it was 35,
30,
and then 40,
and then
9,
almost-
47, and then
then-
53 on the third episode on your podcast.
I'm not surprised if I will go past the hour mark, depending on the guest.
Yeah, depending on the guest.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I just remembered since you talked about it. Yeah, please edit the title in your podcast. No, add Joseph, Vernon
Yeah.
Joseph,
Okay.
because there's another Vernon Go.
All right.
So it's for
Another Vernon
for branding purposes.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
No, because
I
you're
think-
already at Vernon Go on freaking Twitter.
No, that's the only thing I don't promote, the Twitter. I actually don't promote my Twitter
Oh,
page.
that was
For
the
that,
reason.
yeah.
He didn't say the reason. When
So
you-
even in my book, I'm plugging my book. In
I like
my
the
book,
investors way.
so at the back of the book, there's like logos of
Yeah.
apps. So it's only Instagram, Facebook, Anchor, and YouTube.
Yeah.
No Twitter, because Twitter is my ranting place.
And your secret hideout.
Secret hideout.
Wait. Okay.
Yep.
And I was just checking on what they were doing. So, at the same time, we are actually going to be meeting with the Cebu content creators later, and they're in the other coffee bean.
I don't think it's already time.
It's almost 3.
They can wait.
They can
They can wait. I don't care. There are only 2 people.
The queen is not yet
The queen is not there, so
there,
I'm not really.
Yeah, it's
concerned.
fine. And how's the CBTL thing? Is it a go? Since we're in CBTL, by the way.
We're in talks. Yeah.
We're in talks. But anyway, I think it's a go.
Yeah, it's almost. Yeah, it's.
We're preempting this, but just in case we have an output. Yeah.
Oh no. What I love about collaborating is like eventually like I want to collaborate in a way na it's meaningful not just for me but for the brand itself. So yeah, that not just for the org, not just for me, it's for the brand also. Like it means something to them, and I wanna do those kinds of collaboration. Not like welcome to this event sponsored by this and like why nag-sponsor mo ani like what's your relation, like why, like I want the collaborations when I'm gonna have in the future to mean something not just for me but for them, like they can put it out as much as I put it out.
That's also a thing in podcasting, is that you can ramble by yourself, or you have a co-host wherein you just bounce off ideas, or you have a guest, so that's someone totally different that changes the pacing, changes every dynamic in your blog or your podcast.
It's okay.
Actually, I'm thinking of vlogging a lot right now because I'm supposed to be a speaker. So
You're gonna speak in a few days, or
next week.
Next week, yeah.
Next week Sunday.
The Artista poster.
What? No. That was yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah.
That
The blog
The other
talks,
one.
the other one.
our C3Con. C3Con. That's our event that we organized for
I'm still not sure if I
content
can attend.
creators.
Blogging C3Con.
So that's actually the first event, diba?
No, sir, there.
No, the first
It's
event
like
is the blog. Yeah,
the blog
actually, in
talks.
terms of the first among the sequence,
Blog Talks is
so the one I'm part with is the first one. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna prepare or just wing it, or, or make a slide or
You
not.
might probably wing it, but we'll see when we get to that.
Yeah, maybe I need to structure it a bit, and we'll see if I think there's a lot of interest already, but I'm not sure. Like when I shared the post, the
Like
ad
the-
or the image that we
post.
presented, like we had already at least in my post,
Your
there are
circles.
responses in our circles. So muna siya.
So,
So for Hannah, since Julian already shared, he listens to a lot of podcasts. I have yet to share, but I think I have only very limited number of podcasts. So what kind of podcast, or what topics, or who, or what's the name of the show, the podcast do you listen to?
Mostly comedy. Because
Stand-up comedy?
like podcast.
Skits?
Not really. Like have you heard of Amy Schumer's podcast
familiar.
that on
From-
Spotify?
The artist is
The
familiar.
3 Girls 1 Case podcast. That's the podcast. that's
Don't
Amy
mind.
Schumer's podcast. I like comedy because when you're traveling like 12 hours of bus ride,
You need to be
and then you're so sleep because it's
Lol.
cheaper. And also there are places that is inaccessible.
Far-flung.
Yeah. So in that situation, like boring kaayo, and you're sleepy, and I just want to laugh. So yeah, I listen to comedy podcasts. So yeah, and another one is, I forgot the name.
You can check your phone.
Yeah,
Because
wait.
you're
Let me
forgetting.
check.
So, if you notice, since this is video, Iggy and I are wearing like 0917 shirts.
Really?
Yeah, I'm wearing the new one.
Shout out to Globe.
Yeah, I forgot to email them. Maybe it's going to be too
Oh,
late.
I listened to the Minimalist podcast by have you heard of that?
Yeah, I
By
think so.
Ryan Nicodemus and Joshua Ryan Mills. Because I am a minimalist, so I listen to their podcast because makarelate ko char. And
Zen.
also the Science of Happiness. I like this because there are like audio bite-sized like
Like
podcasts,
short.
like 4 minutes, and it's just like reflection for today, and yeah, mga inganan ra usually akong
That sounds like an IGTV-able thing, if ever.
Nobody has figured out
And also,
IGTV.
I also listen to storytelling podcast.
Really?
Yeah.
What kind of story? Like,
Like
I
serious?
I saved it on my laptop.
is it no on an audiobook or no?
No, not an audio.
No, it's a
Series?
podcast show.
Yeah, like, and
Because-
it's read by celebrities. I forgot the
yeah.
name
Ah,
of the.
it's like a book reading.
Yeah,
No,
it's like a book.
like
I don't know.
or
Story
like
reading.
article, like there's an article about this, and then or like a story made by someone, and then a celebrity will read this on the podcast.
Let's say it's like Donald Trump article, and then the one who reads it is Alec Baldwin.
Yeah,
Ah.
Yeah, like that,
And
like
then
that.
after,
Okay.
there's a like discussion after. So yeah.
You guys are so sophisticated.
No, mine is like I've been doing
A lot.
Yeah,
a lot.
I listen to a lot, but it's a mixture.
Listening to you guys, I feel ashamed.
Hey, what-
No, I'm doing like
Let's-
it's a mixture.
Let's also ask Iggy.
Yeah.
What sort of podcast
what
do
sort
you
of
listen?
besides
the,
your
create,
religion?
the creator life.
Shut up. Like, thank you.
No,
but
I
yeah.
listen.
Yeah, but I also listen to your
Yeah.
I
podcast.
listen to local podcasters.
Yeah, that's what I'm aiming.
So that's 032 Convo, Big Picture Philippines, yours,
Wait, let me.
Isa please,
Isa
Talks,
Yeah.
sorry.
Big picture.
Pliase.
Don't spoil that one. It's
Sorry.
interesting to.
That's for the local.
Big picture Philippines, right?
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can use Google. They have a very organized. They have a website,
Yeah, they have a website and yeah.
and Gary V Audio Experience.
Very UX. But like what I like about Gary Vee is like it's not like I'm not being forced to choose which one I should like
No, because
go
it's
to
a
his-
different. I think, of course, their team is experimenting.
Yeah.
And
But then-
what I like about it is that they're stitching together content.
But like
You can they're stitching like different like
Bits of-
punchlines or like motivational lines, and then making a new sentence out of it, and then like, you're like, what?
what? It's like you're like dumbfounded. It's like why haven't I thought of this?
Because you can listen, and then there's a slight like change in the
yeah.
like in the tone, maybe because of how it was recorded, so you can tell the older clips, you can tell the younger
Yeah.
Gary V, and then the older
older
Gary V, and you can tell when it transitions if
Yeah.
you listen a lot of his content, so you can tell that it's actually stitched together. No. And other podcasts like gaming
I don't
podcast,
listen to
H3
I
production,
can relate.
and
Tech,
I don't
gaming.
I don't listen a lot to H3, but
They're
it
like,
depends on the topic.
Yeah, I'm selective.
And then Joe Rogan,
That
that's it.
no, the only thing I know about Joe Rogan is Fear Factor, and I want to
Oh,
stay.
by the way.
stay that way.
I'm not sure if one of the UFC fighters, Chael Sonnen, but I just watch his videos. But he's just talking to the mic.
Yeah.
He's very good. He's a very good
Speak.
analyst for the sport. So I listen to him. That's it. No comedy. No. No, what's ba to? Mga sophisticated. It's not sophisticated.
Me, I'm mostly doing tech, movies. Like I watch I watch a lot of YouTube too recently. Then the movie stuff are linked the podcasts and in YouTube. It's like I actually watch a game show, a web series game show. It's called the Movie Trivia Schmodown. Yes, I'm gonna plug this because I'm really passionate about this. I'm actually a patron, $10 a month.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Free. I'm just a free person.
so what it basically is, it's a movie trivia game, but it
Don't
has
spoil us. We'll just list down.
no. It's a movie trivia game, but with like the theatrics of like wrestling style. Yeah.
So there's an entrance.
There's like an entrance. There's like
There's hype.
drama. There's like storytelling. Yeah, that's what's
There's beefs.
yeah. There's like beefs, which actually spill on social media, even though it's not really a
Real.
beef. Yeah. So that's what I actually appreciate about pro wrestling. It's not the actual wrestling; it's the storytelling. Then there are like some stories that are
Exaggeration.
yeah, there are some stories that are stupid. I get pissed, but there are also stories like, oh, it's so simple, and then yet it works.
That's just our first topic. Oh my gosh.
Oh my
My
gosh!
God, we have another topic.
So
No, there are only 2 people there in the other topic until.
so how should you encourage others? This is just the conclusion. Like just to conclude this topic. How do you encourage others to start podcasting? Even though you have not started yet, you go first.
Oh my god. Just do it.
Is that sponsored?
she's sponsored
No,
by
no,
Nike
no.
something. Anyway, for me, it's like know what you're passionate about, know what you want to talk about a lot, and know if you're curious about things, like how other people think. Because it's at the end of the day, it's like what I want from a podcast is like conversations. Because sometimes like it's like sometimes if like there's only one person talking, it's like
We're not the same beat.
sometimes sometimes it drags, but there are like people who can like talk a lot for a long time, and it's actually a skill. I forgot there's a video there.
It's a talent.
Yeah, so it's a skill that you acquire over time. But then if you just want to talk or like find a topic that you're really interested in, and but if you're like the kind of person that you don't like your face to be seen, you're intimidated by the camera, but you want to share in a more natural way than just writing on a blog and be a keyboard warrior and like that, then go for a podcast. There are already a lot of free services out there that helps you start a podcast, like Anchor. Another plug.
We use Anchor, so it's easy to use.
Yeah.
And Julian just said everything I want to say. No, seriously. Yeah, I think everyone has something to say.
Yeah.
It just depends
Everyone has a story to
on
tell.
yeah. Everyone has a story to tell. It just depends on how comfortable you are, or depends on the medium,
Yep.
the channel of communication that you want to use. So you'll not know until you try.
Yeah.
Diba? So you can
That's
try
true.
this, you can try writing. If you suck, you try voice. If you suck, you try video.
If you suck.
If you still suck,
I don't. Just
I don't know.
try.
I know,
My
just try
mantra,
it.
Like try.
Yeah,
Just
try
try.
it.
Like I started freelancing, to just
Yeah.
try lang.
Should we start freelancing?
No.
Should this be our next topic instead of the other one?
No, we
But
already
I-
covered this
Yeah, I know.
in mine. And it was both travel and freelancing.
And we were both hungry.
And we were both hungry. That was a bad idea.
It's a
It was
it's a
really a
hungry. It's
bad-
It was a
angry.
very bad
Hungry.
recording because we were like not focused on the
I tried
topic.
listening, but then it's like Jollibee noise.
She was eating and I
yeah.
was hungry and I was just watching and I was talking. So you need to eat.
Lesson learned: if you want to start a podcast,
You need to eat
Don't-
something.
you need
don't
to eat.
Eat first. It's like every podcast I've done is either I've already eaten, or like I've already eaten most.
So that's it for the first topic.
Topic for
Podcasting.
Yeah.
Should we-
Podcasting is fun.
Should we move to another CBTL or
So-
next topic is serious, no?
Yeah, let's not
Let's not
laugh as much.
cry. Let's
Oh
not
my God,
cry.
so serious.
Not cry, but like we should put like
So the reason why I chose this topic,
Yeah.
why?
nobody, no, I, nobody is really talking about it that
Yeah,
much.
I think it's very important.
Like-
Yeah, it's important.
It's important, and then
and-
like some people like when they want to share their stories about that, it's usually in private or
yeah,
it's very difficult.
It's taboo.
It's taboo. It's like not like there are people who share about it, but then like just like shrug it off as like I mudra na, I facer
Right.
na. It's like
But for the information of our listeners,
So
we're
in-
talking about
Mental
mental
health.
health.
yay,
should
yay.
put that on the top and then like it's actually better if it's being talked about as early as possible, like with students, because
Right.
that's
Yes.
where the hidden things begin.
Like
Yeah.
what?
You know,
Nervous
like,
about this topic.
I mean, it's like
So that's why should we move or so a much more quieter? We'll just make a cut.
but it's like
Yeah, I
not.
think-
It's like
Oh,
not.
wait, before that, is this going to be personal?
It depends. Should we go to a grassy area?
Yeah, I think.
See, she.
She wants the grass.
Yeah, we have to. I have to adjust because it's not.
To be honest, I'm so nervous.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it's really not easy to talk about.
Yeah.
Especially
so we
if
can do a cut and then
talk about it. Yeah.
yeah we can make this
Standalone.
So that's why I'm asking like, are you comfortable or not? So we can just make a
No,
cut. So she
I'm-
said she's not. So
Yeah,
we can
I'm
move.
good.
Okay, let's move. We'll be right
Anything.
back.
We-
Cut.
we-
Stay tuned for the part 2 of the podcast with Julian and Hannah, and we're going to be talking about mental health. Thanks for listening and watching.